Good morning. It is Wednesday, March 27th. We have numbers of 27, 24, 1, and 1. Okay, 27 is about awakenings that create balance or something that destructs that creates balance. It could be psychic downloads too. 24 is about manifesting something that creates balance. And then we have 2, 1. So there's 2 new beginnings. Can be 2 different kinds of new beginnings, or this can be a new beginning with 2 people. Depends. Okay, so the moon is in Capricorn. So you might be wanting to work by yourself or work alone, or you just want to take care of business. And then we have Venus and Pisces sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So this can be very sentimental. You guys can be thinking about a different way to be in or have a relationship, a different kind of relationship that serves both people. You don't necessarily have to live together. It doesn't necessarily have to be just 2 people. It is entirely up to you. And other people might be like, you guys are doing what? Don't worry about the expectations of society. Okay, society expects you to do something, but if it doesn't feel right, why do it? Create your own tradition. We're in the process of creating our own rules, our own traditions, things that serve us instead of the things that were the institutions and traditions that were already in place, that were basically a one-size-fits-all. Well, we're all individuals, so those traditions and institutions do not fit everyone. Okay, everybody has to figure out what they want individually. So let's see what the energy is in the cards today. Oh, also too, 27 is a purge. So you may suddenly realize something, or you may suddenly realize that there's something that you need to get rid of, some kind of leftover emotion, or you may realize that you're emotional. Okay, and you may be trying to keep yourself grounded despite the emotions. And this is a self-mastery, so a lot of you guys are still working on mastering your emotions, but go ahead and take the time to purge if you need to. You know, like I always tell you guys, if you're in 7-Eleven and you're getting a Slurpee and you start crying, go for it. Fuck it. No time like the present to get rid of unnecessary emotions that could possibly mess your day up if you don't take care of it now. So if you are in fact feeling emotional, try to set aside some time to where you can express this energy without it expressing itself as a surprise during the day, right? Because you don't want to be in the middle of an important work meeting and just break down crying or completely lose your stuff. That doesn't look very good for you. It's not very professional. Okay, so try to take time in the morning or in the evening, or even if you're using the bathroom, just cry while you're sitting on the toilet. Any few minutes of peace you can get, unburden those emotions that are threatening to disturb your entire day. Okay, first card is the 5 of Swords. So somebody could be manipulating you. This is power games. 5 of Swords is also like, it's defeat. It's a depressing, sad energy. Usually when somebody feels powerless, it's also projection and nitpicking. So somebody here is not very clear on what they're feeling, yet at the same time, they're telling you, I love you. 5 of Swords, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like Prince Charming. This could be somebody telling you they love you, but it's not real. They're trying to manipulate you into something. They want something from you. They probably want your time, your money, your ideas, your love. They want your energy in some way. Because normally when somebody feels powerless, instead of trying to figure out why they feel powerless, or instead of realizing what is taking their power, they choose to assert power over you. Okay, they steal some of your power, steal some of your energy, and it makes them feel better. So somebody's here in some deep manipulation. They could be playing power games and at the same time telling you I love you to keep you trapped in the situation. Or this could be an apology. Sometimes the Knight of Cups is an apology. They could be offering an apology. I love you so much. I'm sorry I acted like that. I'm sorry I projected. Or they could just be realizing that they projected and now are feeling pretty apologetic. Either they're going to say sorry or their actions are going to show that they're sorry. Part of the thing here, though, is they're recognizing this is taking responsibility for your actions. So somebody projected and they're starting to recognize that they're doing that. Okay, they're also realizing that they love you very much, which is the only reason why they're sorry. The only reason why this is being brought to their attention. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cards that are reversed. So somebody's getting some psychic downloads or some upgrades here. They're getting some energy. So in about 2 to 3 days, this almost feels like maybe the Mercury retrograde in Pisces has forced people to do some internal self-reflection. Okay, so somebody still here is still in the energy of Mercury retrograde. Now it goes direct tomorrow on the 28th, but we're still going to be in the shadow for a couple of days. So people are asking me, when should I move forward? And I keep telling them, well, you know, give it about 2 or 3 days, which would put it approximately at April Fool's Day. How appropriate. A great time to start something new. And April is the 4th month. It's actually the 16th universal month. So the month is about awakenings and disasters and realizations and psychic downloads. And the 4th month is about stability, control, manifesting. So there could be somebody here that's seeking knowledge and they're able to manifest it at this time. There's a lot of people that with this self-reflection, a lot of people are asking themselves, why? Why do I do this? Why do I act this way? Why do I feel this way? And they're getting answers. They're coming to conclusions themselves, or their downloads is enabling them to reach into the depths and finally identify what it is that's making them think this way, that comes out in a particular action, a habit. There's some awareness to a habit. So literally April Fool's Day is the best time to get moving, okay? So Ace of Wands, you've got the Ace of Wands, so you're wanting to get moving on something, you want to start something new. You could be literally moving in somebody's house, out of somebody's house, into a bigger house because you're pregnant or you're wanting to have children. A lot of you guys have moved because you got a new job, something that you've wanted. Got out of an old job that drained you dry of any energy, any joy in life. Okay, so a lot of you guys are beginning to move forward and feeling joy again. And you're getting to the point whenever something negative comes up, whenever you're feeling bad, you're now aware of it, to where before you would just act automatically. Now you're being more conscious of how you're acting towards people. This is something brand new, self-awareness, making conscious decisions instead of reacting out of habit or making judgments out of habit. Beautiful. Okay, new consciousness opening up for somebody, very aware of what's going on. And then we have the King of Wands. Actually, we have the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Judgment card. So there's some moving. Somebody's beginning something new. Could be business, could be partnerships, could be a new home, could be a new member of the family, okay? King of Wands is very dynamic, enthusiastic, filled with energy, very passionate. This could be somebody that's really sexy too. Takes action, doesn't even play. Whenever a problem comes up, they take care of it. So for some, this person who's now consciously aware of how they're thinking and how their thinking translates into actions, they're definitely starting to deal with that. They're confronting themselves. Not only are they confronting themselves, they've actually already been confronting themselves. Like I was saying, a conscious effort being more conscious of their behavior and their thoughts. So yeah, somebody's actively tackling that right now. Okay, and this is part of their karma. Judgment is about a wake-up call, something that makes things become very clear. Okay, it's also about receiving your karma according to how you've acted. If you've acted with integrity, and this person they've apologized for their previous behaviors and they're working on their current ones, okay? This can be somebody that you recently fought with. You could be getting back together with them. Because I don't see anything bad here. I see somebody who's human, that's finally working on themselves. And they're showing you, or they're about to show you. They're about to show you what they've been shown. They're working on this pattern that they've held for so long, you know, thinking a certain way and then reacting a certain way according to their negative thoughts. And for the longest time, there was this kind of conflict to where they couldn't understand, why did I act like that? I'm not really mad at her. I'm frustrated and I'm angry. They're getting to the point where they can identify what they're feeling rather than projecting that energy and expressing it on you in a bad way. Now, the thing is, when people do this, okay, when they project onto you, you're supposed to be the safe space for them, okay? So they should be able to express it, and you shouldn't have to feel like it's personal, because it's not. You're the sounding board for this person. So even though if they're acting like a bitch, give them room to be a bitch, because you're going to have your days too. Everyone has their turn. What do we got? Ooh, more cards reversed. Wow. So they're not stopping with one realization. This is like a overhaul. This is like a life review, a self-examination. Why do I feel stuck? Do I deserve to be here? It could be they're realizing that they've been self-punishing themselves this whole time and they haven't been able to move forward because they probably felt like they weren't good enough or they weren't enough. They could be suffering from fear of abandonment or fear of lack of. Whatever it is, it's all about being scared and recognizing that you're scared and overcoming fears that held you in the past, that held you stuck, that kept you in a rut. And it made you feel like this is all there is to life. Well, you realize that you were wrong and that there's so much more. All you had to do was change how you think. And when you change how you think, that reflects in your actions. So somebody here has been working on themselves and they're changing how they act, how they respond to people. This too, in another couple days. Ooh, beautiful. So somebody here is going to get their wish. We have the Star card. The Star card is about hope and healing after a trauma. So somebody may have been in that spin, their own little rabbit hole, experiencing the dark night of the soul, being shown every behavior that they've ever enacted on somebody else, getting to the point where they realize they have to right all their wrongs. The star could be about wishing that you didn't feel this way, wishing that you could find a way out of it. You've been stuck for so long, you want to be able to move forward, but you didn't know how. And suddenly, you were shown with the Judgment card, the angels made you aware. This was after the fact of some kind of confrontation. I don't see a confrontation here, but this feels like the aftermath. This has already happened, and now they're in the process of reviewing what went wrong. Okay, so yeah, somebody's definitely making a wish upon a star. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is kind, generous, nurturing. She understands the law of attraction and the concept of energy, giving it freely and accepting freely, so long as you take care of your own business. It's also about, there's some luck coming, and this is due to excellent management. Okay, so if you have a lot of integrity and you're an honest person, you're an honest worker, or your business has honesty and integrity, whatever it is you do, or whatever it is your theme, is going to net you some money. The star is also about shining the light on things in the dark. So for some of you guys, in your business or in your job, there's some things that you've been doing that people are starting to notice and pay attention to. You could be given more authority, or somebody could be recognizing your talent in your job or at your workplace or at your business. Okay, all you got to do is look for the signs. For some of you guys, the star, the queen, and the 8 of Wands could be you recently got a job. It's a job that you've always wanted. You're good at what you do. But there's some traveling back and forth that you have to do. I'm not saying that you didn't have to do it for it. This could be the reason why you might have to move. You might have to move because of the traveling. But it feels like short trips to me. This feels like short trips back and forth. This could be training. We got Mars and Gemini. So when I was looking at Mars and Gemini, I do the general horoscope. What kept coming to me was training. Gemini is information. So somebody's studying, somebody's training, somebody's going to school, somebody's researching information on something. There's classification. We're classifying things, putting codes in order. I just keep getting all these downloads. That's why I'm just letting it fall out of my mouth. I forgot what I was talking about now. Okay, for some of you guys, you may have to travel quite a bit for this new job, but it's okay. You're willing to compromise having to make extra travel, or it could be in your job. You might have to do some short trips, like maybe your office is joined with, maybe you have the whole floor and there's a whole bunch of offices and you got to go to this one for this department for that, or this department for that, or maybe you have to start riding your bicycle to work because it's too short to waste money in gas. Or there could be no parking, but you're really not caring. You're happy to be doing what you love. Okay. 8 of Wands. Look for the signs. Another 8. The Strength card. Being brave. So for some of you guys, this job or this position of authority that you're being given, or this promotion that you've been given, you're not sure if you can handle it. I just have to tell you, can. You can. This is you. This is for you. It's meant only for you. You wouldn't have been given the opportunity if you didn't have the talent and the wherewithal to back this up. Okay, you will excel at what you're doing, but you will have to have confidence in yourself. Okay, don't falter. You were meant for this job. Put your all into it. You're in this position because you earned it. Okay, you earned it. Okay, reversed. Two of Wands reversed. Okay, so somebody coming to terms with their past behavior, their past wrongs, and the fact that they're moving forward and trying to right their wrongs. Check. This is on their list of goals. Okay, Two of Wands is about goals. It's about being at a crossroads and trying to decide which action to take. Okay, it's not very clear, so you need to create some goals. But this is reversed, meaning you could have already had a goal. Okay, so you're working on it. Ace of Wands, King of Wands, and Judgment. Consider that shit handled. Check that off your list. Working on yourself, making reparations, asking for forgiveness, showing that you're sorry for misdeeds in the past. A lot of people aren't going to be talking about it. They're just going to be showing you. Oh, wow. More reverse cards. Somebody's getting some downloads here. Holy cow. What do we got? That came out with that. Eight of Cups. Page of Cups. Six of Wands. Eight of Swords. Ooh. So yet, in another couple of days, more downloads. Wow, somebody is having some stunning revelations. It looks like they're overhauling their whole life. Could have something to do with Black Moon Lilith. Breaking free from the past. They wish to break free from the past. They wish to be their authentic selves. They wish to let go of the pain and trauma that's affected them and made them wrong people over the years. They want to clean their slate. Cleaning the karma up is what it feels like, okay? So not only is that goal accomplished, but you're moving on to the next thing on the list. This is voicing your intent and waiting for your ship to come in. Okay, so somebody had wished to make peace with others and themselves. They checked that off the list. Okay, next. Getting rid of the pain and the guilt and the shame that you feel. Okay, forgiving yourself for your trespasses. Forgiving others for their trespasses. But I think at this point we've already forgiven others, and this person is working on themselves. Okay, wishing that they didn't feel so guilty. Wishing that they didn't feel so ashamed. And then being brave enough to speak about it, which is only going to foster your bond if you're in a relationship. Getting rid of the guilt, getting rid of the shame, righting the wrongs. And then we have Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about success, achievement, it's victory, it's overcoming a major hurdle. Okay, so what this says is, yes, you are beginning to right the wrongs. Now you have to forgive yourself. And it looks like you're going to be forgiving yourself. People are watching you. Okay, somebody knows that there's a lot of mind activity going on with you. And this is, you know, what's that Loverboy song? Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Now, whoever's watching you, it's like they want to pat you on your back, okay? Because they see what you're doing and they know it's the result of you doing a lot of thinking and reconsidering. Okay, so while you're righting the wrongs, somebody's watching. Somebody's noticing that you are taking care of business and that you're making reparations, okay? This may not be verbal because this is wands. So it's just somebody physically seeing that your actions are now speaking louder than words. Ooh, you also have the Page of Cups. So you and your partner, if you're in a love relationship, whoever you're making reparations to, they love you. They love you very much. This can also be, wow. Okay, so we got, not only do we have the Prince, we got the Prince and the Page of Cups. So both of you guys love each other. Look at that. You guys are handing each other cups. Love you too. Prince Charming and the sweet innocent love. So this feels like somebody's working really hard to create harmony in the relationship where there was some disharmony, and they're accepting their fault, their responsibility in it. One person's already done that, but this other person is stepping up and finally taking responsibility for their actions, for their behaviors, for their pattern of behavior, not only in this relationship, but in all the ones previous. So this is being present, releasing the past and being present. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from something that doesn't serve you, walking away from toxicity. Okay, so this is basically, wow. Trying to renew your love relationship, righting the wrongs. Your partner is watching you. They see what you're doing. They're watching you walk away from anything in the past, anything that was negative, that caused you pain, that caused you trauma. They're watching you heal. Okay, and the last two cards, Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So this is about emotional bliss. Somebody got offered a job here, or they have an opportunity. Uh-oh. Archangel Michael outside. Okay, so somebody offered you a job, or you have an opportunity and it's reliable. This is something new, or this could be you building your business and slowly building it, but you're happy with what you do. Emotional bliss is about being in your element, having what you want. And in relations to a job, something that's reliable means that you're building your legacy. All right, guys, I'm going to tie this reading up with the Oracle card from the Hawaiian Healing Intentions deck. Now, my phone already fell down once, so if all of a sudden the angle switched on you, that's why. I don't know, something funky with my phone. We won't be out of Mercury retrograde shadow until the 1st, so expect hokey stuff with your electronics, your cars, among other things. Okay, one card, please, Spirit. Hawaiian Healing Intentions deck. There it is. Ooh. Any more? No? All right. Ano. Reverence. Ooh, it's an 11 manifestation portal. My intention is to allow myself to live in reverence and awe, and to recognize the miraculous creation that I am and that I am part of. Reverence is a state of being that can permanently liberate you from mediocrity. There is nothing mediocre about life. Our small planet hangs in perfect balance in a galaxy within a universe that is believed to be over 13 billion years old. This means that it took 13 billion years to create an environment that could host you and your loved ones. Reverence invites you into a state of awe, discovery, and appreciation for yourself and the world around you. So somebody is discovering their divinity. Somebody is getting to the point where they're realizing that they are a creator. Okay? Feels like the divine male is starting to recognize their own soul. And it's because they're shedding and purging all these things that they thought were a part of them. Now they're being purified by this fire. It's consuming everything negative, and they're moving towards true authenticity, towards real happiness and self-love. They're still working on some things. They're working on the guilt, they're working on the shame, and they're working on loving themselves, but they're finally taking action. Okay, it's the signs have been shown to them, and they're just like, wow, wow, it's time. It is time to move forward and stop being stuck in the past. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Love you. Take care.